President Donald Trump signed an executive order on Saturday imposing a 25% tariff on imports from Canada and Mexico, along with a 10% tariff on goods from China, effective Tuesday, according to a statement from the White House. During a briefing on Friday, White House Press Secretary Karoline Leavitt emphasized that Canada and Mexico have allowed what she described as an unprecedented invasion of illegal fentanyl, which has been linked to the deaths of American citizens, alongside issues related to illegal immigration. While Trump is spending the weekend at his Mar-a-Lago estate in Florida and was not scheduled to speak to reporters, the executive order specifically targets Canadian goods with a 25% tariff, while Canadian crude oil imports will face a 10% tariff. Mexico's energy imports will also be subjected to the same 25% tariff. Furthermore, Trump has eliminated the de minimis tariff exemption for Canada, which previously applied to shipments valued under $800. The new 10% tariff on China adds to existing tariffs on its imports. Under this executive order, there is no provision for countries to request an exemption from the tariffs, although there is a mechanism to increase the tariff rates in response to any retaliatory actions taken by Canada or Mexico, both of which have indicated they may impose their own tariffs on U.S. goods. Outgoing Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau stated that his government is prepared to respond forcefully if the U.S. follows through with the tariffs. He expressed that Canada is working diligently to prevent the tariffs but is ready for immediate action if necessary. Economists have raised concerns that these tariffs could have adverse effects on the U.S. economy. Brad Setzer, a senior fellow at the Council on Foreign Relations, noted that imports from Mexico and Canada represent about 3% of U.S. GDP, while exports to those countries account for around 2.5%. He characterized the 25% tariff on these imports as a tax hike, warning of its immediate negative consequences for the U.S. economy. Trump has long threatened to utilize tariffs as leverage to encourage other nations to assist in curbing illegal immigration and the trafficking of fentanyl-related substances. He maintains that tariffs can enhance domestic manufacturing and has touted them as effective economic tools. Despite acknowledging that tariffs might cause a short-term disruption for consumers, Trump insisted they would ultimately benefit U.S. manufacturing. He stated, "Tariffs don't cause inflation, they cause success." On Friday, Trump also announced intentions to impose extensive tariffs on various sectors including semiconductors, pharmaceuticals, steel, aluminum, and oil and gas. He further warned that tariffs would absolutely be placed on goods from the European Union, asserting that the bloc has been treating the U.S. poorly. In a historical context, Trump previously negotiated the United States-Mexico-Canada Agreement, USMCA, during his first term in 2018, aiming to reduce the significant U.S. trade deficit with its neighbors. However, the trade deficit in goods with Mexico has increased from $106 billion in 2019 to $161 billion in 2023, while the deficit with Canada has risen from $31 billion to $72 billion during the same period. Derek Scissors, a senior fellow at the American Enterprise Institute, pointed out the irony in Trump's current stance, arguing that his tariffs seem to suggest that his previous trade deal has resulted in a disaster requiring urgent correction. He noted that Canada, as a market economy, does not warrant such high tariffs, as the volume of fentanyl crossing the border from Canada is minimal. While he acknowledged that fentanyl and illegal migration justify some border restrictions with Mexico, he argued that tariffs do not effectively resolve these issues and may, in fact, exacerbate illegal immigration by threatening jobs in Mexico.